Hello everybody, welcome to another Versus Video Deck Tech. CVM here, joined once again
BBD.
by not Andrew Shrout.
Yep.
We used that joke last week.
We'll use it again next week.
So here we have a pretty sweet deck. We're battling some standard, and this is a deck that cruised its way into the top 8 of the Grand Prix and San Antonio. It is a red-based aggro/burn deck with Treasure Cruise. So it's basically the blue-red Delver deck from Modern, with Rabblemaster, Whirling Outburst, and much worse burn spells. But Treasure Cruise is good enough that he was able to top 8 the Grand Prix.
You trying to say they can Fated Conflagration is not as good as Lightning Bolt?
I mean, one kills Pelucranos and one doesn't.
That's true. That's all.
One also kills Siege Rhino,
and
which
one,
is relevant.
Yes.
And one doesn't.
That's all I need to hear. You got me sold.
So we just have some aggressive one-drops: Fire Crusader, Monstery Swift Spear, we got Rabblemaster and Whirling Outburst, a couple Sarkans, and then just a bunch of burn spells, including the Fated Conflagration, which is very good at killing Siege Rhino, which is everywhere.
Yes.
And then we have some lands and 3 Treasure Cruise. So we basically just want to cast all of our spells as fast as we possibly can, do a bunch of damage, and draw a bunch of cards. It's basically the blue-red Delver deck from the Eternal formats.
That seems like a good plan to me.
So that's what we're going to try today. Brian is playing a more controlling strategy. So
I am playing Shaheen's Esper deck that he got second place at SCG Richmond with.
That's probably where it was.
It was somewhere. He did something.
Somewhere on the East Coast. That's where he plays Magic.
Shaheen did something once somewhere with this deck. And I'm going to try to replicate that.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the sideboard for the blue-red deck, because that's where a lot of the magic happens. The blue is primarily for Treasure Cruise in the main, but we got a bunch of sweet cards in the sideboard. Hi, we are back for the sideboard of the blue-red aggro deck. As you can see here, we've got some
traditional aggro cards.
Traditional aggro sideboard cards. We've got 3 Negate and 3 Disdainful Stroke for all of your counterspelling needs, countering cards like Siege Rhino, Elspeth, basically whatever is going to shore up the game. Postboard against a lot of decks, we get to transition quite a bit with the counterspells and cards like Kronos, God of Storms. So David McDarby is not the only one that's just in love with the Izzet Guild. Kronos is just all about drawing cards and doing damage, and I think he's very good in this deck and goes right along with this Swiftwater Cliffs.
Yep.
That's where he hangs out, so it's quite stormy on the cliffs. We do have 3 Anger of the Gods against the opposing aggro decks. It seems a little weird, to be honest, but
feels like Arc Lightning might be better served there.
Correct. And then we have 3 Chandra Pyromaster, one of your happy cards in Standard.
Yep.
Just to go along with our transformative sideboard against the control decks, getting rid of some of our liable cards like Whirling Outburst and whatnot, and being able to bring in just these hard-hitting threats that they probably don't have answers for. So let's jump in and see how this works against Esper. It's just a classic battle of Anger of the Gods and Swiftwater Cliffs versus End Hostilities.
Yep. It's just how Wizards drew it up.